Hey guys, it's Maker, aka Wholesome Travel Girl. Now I'm stuck in lockdown just like a lot of the rest of the world right now, so I thought it would be a great time to share with you some of my travel tips. Today I'm going to share with you some tips on how to pack a bit more sustainably so that all the things that you put in your backpack are going to be a little bit better for the environment. Now, some of these tips are great just for general life, let alone just travelling, so I hope you like them. Tip number 1, a flannel. Yeah, it may seem like a simple thing, but these guys are rewashable and way better than those plastic puff things you get. If one's going to be wet in your bag, then bring a second one and then you can have a dry and a wet one. So my second tip also involves how you're going to clean yourself. So I first started using Lush because I've got really sensitive skin, so any chemicals just gives me huge rashes and it's such pain. Not only is it vegan, all natural ingredients, handmade, cruelty-free, it smells so good. So I've been using Lush shampoo bars and Lush conditioner bars. They might not lather as much as your traditional shampoos and conditioners, but they still do a great job. And as you can see, there's no plastic. So if you want to use one of these while travelling, you can buy a Lush tin as well, and that stops your stuff getting wet. Tip number 3. So plastic pollution is obviously a huge problem around the world. And one of the main ways we use plastic when we're on holiday is drinking water. So obviously in some countries you can't drink the tap water, so you're forced to buy a single-use plastic water bottle. A great way to use less single-use plastic whilst on holiday is to get a water-to-go bottle. So they have a filtration system within the lid, so if you put tap water into the bottle, it removes 99.9% of harmful bacteria that's in the water, so you can drink it. I've used it in Africa mainly, and I've always been able to drink the tap water, it's been great. The only thing with these is, I would say that you probably need to get 2 bottles just because they're not big enough for a whole day of hiking or activities. So after 3 months of using it every day, you're going to have to replace the lid. But that's okay because they are biodegradable. But there's also tons of other water filtration bottles and camel packs out there. So have a look, see what works for you. On to my next tip. Again, this has to do with plastic. Did you know that 1 billion coffee cups get thrown into landfill every year around the world? That's insane. They're going to be there for hundreds of years. That's why it's so important to get a reusable coffee cup. I have to say the only thing with reusable coffee cups is you need to get in the habit of having it in your bag all the time in case you suddenly want to grab a coffee. Often coffee shops will give you a reduced price for using your own cup. Top tip as well, if you have tea bags in your bag, just ask a coffee shop to fill this up with hot water and then you got a free cup of tea. Speaking of tea, did you know that most tea bags have plastic in them? I didn't know this for ages and I was throwing them in the food waste recycling bin. So I use Clipper tea bags. They are plastic free and organic. They are only about £1 extra than the ones with plastic in. There's not many tea bag companies that are plastic free, so just look for one near you where you're from and yeah, just see if it's worth it. Small extra costs. So moving on from drink, we're now going to talk about food. Because often if you want to buy a snack for a hike or a day of walking around a city, it will be in a plastic wrapper. Beeswax wrapping, they're so great, they're reusable, you can wash them. They're perfect for if you have a bit of cheese or if you have a sandwich, you just wrap it up and then you don't have to throw away any plastic once you've had your snack. So my final tip might make some men a bit uncomfortable watching this, but it's a really great way for women to reduce their plastic pollution. Yes, I'm talking about the almighty moon cup. We've all heard of it and I was skeptical at first, but it is amazing. The moon cup is more of a faff than a tampon and definitely takes getting used to. It took me a few months to get really comfortable with it, but I really do love it and it saved me a lot of plastic. But don't worry, there's an alternative if you're not ready for the moon cup. Reusable sanitary pads. Okay, they might not be perfect for when you're traveling because you do need to wash these in the laundry afterwards, but they are great if you want to reduce plastic that way. So that's it guys, those are my tips. I really hope you enjoyed them. Please comment if you've got some more on your own, I'm always looking for inspiration. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button if you like this video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and on Facebook if you want more. I love writing blogs and I'm just new to this vlog game, so we'll see how that goes.